Hey, it's Adam with Theros Media, looking at A-Star Air Conditioning and Plumbing today out of Texas. So, found their site through Google. So, they're advertising for mini splits. The mini splits is a keyword, pretty good keyword to advertise for, especially if you're going after that specifically. Their ad, pretty decent. I don't know why they would have repair though. It's because this is a keyword for installation. Typically, Um, but I would test out the different ads. You should have more ads running than just the one. So test out what works and what doesn't. So you're advertising for mini splits, which is pretty good. Obviously, UTM tracking, keyword pruning are the two things I always recommend for every AdWords account. Usually, people aren't doing that. It doesn't look like you are, or you aren't. So I don't exactly know. So I recommend that specifically. But let's talk about the landing page now. So they're going after a mini split page or mini split keyword. The landing page should be about mini splits as well. Um, you have a ductless systems page, so I'm not sure why you're advertising from mini splits to your air conditioning page. You should be advertising to your ductless page. You would see a ductless system. See, looks a little more relevant to the ductless system that you're going after that you want to install. Now, this is a pretty decent landing page. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's pretty decent. Um, I can tell this is an advertising site because, well, one, because I know the difference. Two, because it has a no file, no index here. Google hasn't seen the site, even though, or hasn't indexed the site, even though you're advertising in AdWords. If you do a little research, go on the home page of the web or on the business, A-Star Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You can see their actual site is A-Star DFW, not a dash star, which this one is. So this is an advertising site. This is specifically made to advertise for advertising. So it looks a little more conducive of conversions than their actual website. Their actual website is kind of all over the place. So I can see why the company or whoever's advertising for you didn't want to use this site for your advertising, which is not necessarily the worst thing, not necessarily the best thing. It just is what it is. What we would have done is we would have created a new page on this website. Just use a different template. Obviously, if you're using it looks like you're using WordPress, use a different template. You can't have a bunch of junk on the landing page. It has to be focused on one specific goal. You are tracking pixel. You are tracking with your Facebook page on your actual website, but not your advertising site. You want to cross the two. Installing a Facebook pixel on your advertising site allows you to remarket from the money you're spending on Google, put that on Facebook. It allows you to get a bigger bang for your buck. Going back to the landing page for a sec, I do like the way that the form's already here, book today. So they're already filling out their name, email, phone number. Hopefully have a sales team to go after these people because you want to get to them within 5 minutes, not 24 hours like people usually do. On the landing page itself, you get rid of all this outbound stuff. You don't let people click around. I know this is an advertising site, so this site is honed in for people converting on it, but you don't want them to click around. You get rid of the header, get rid of the footer, get rid of all the outbound links. Credibility is fine. Have a little more customer reviews on the site right underneath the form. So it's good enough. You just have too many links on the site. This should be a light box to pop up another form. This form is fine. Yeah. So it's not the best, it's not the worst. But you definitely don't want any of these links. They don't need to read you about your page on your advertising. They can do that afterwards. You send them information after you get their information on their from a form. So create an ad specific or a actual landing page. This one's specific to advertising, but this should not be. They shouldn't have to search for the ductless page. This should be in all the mini split advertising. So just update that. Create this as a landing page for your advertising currently, and then make a new one. Make a good one. Your Google homepage looks fine. Lots of reviews. Looks like you are use something like Bird Eye. Probably do. I can find it here if I actually look for it, but use something like Bird Eye. But it looks like you do good service anyway because all the other review platforms have 4.8. A couple Yelp reviews. People are upset a little bit. Angie List had 2 reviews, so you have pretty decent reviews everywhere else. Um, the reason I don't like fake reviews on Google is because you want these to be consistent. You don't want to have 3-star reviews on Yelp and then 3-star reviews on HomeAdvisor, and then your Google page has 4.8. These are the real ones from what it looks like, and you need to solve that. But you do have a lot more customers than those upset ones. They probably got your review link, went to Google, tried to review you, didn't see the review pop up, and then went somewhere else. That's usually how it happens if they're really upset. Facebook, they can do the same thing. Google, they can actually come here, but you are using a review platform to follow up on that, so that's good. I'm not going to speak on the actual website. This doesn't have anything to do with the it does a little bit. People search you after the fact. It's not congruent with your advertising. It's not going to hurt with your conversions on the front end. It's going to hurt with your conversions on the back end. So your sales actually, which it depends on your goals. So your Facebook page, you are advertising. Facebook page looks pretty decent. It's being updated pretty regularly, which is a good thing. Looks like about once a week is the cadence. Actually, no, it's been a month there. A week. Once a week is what you're trying to shoot for. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Just once a week. You are advertising, which is fine. I would like to see remarketing for the advertising you're doing on Google. Right here, you're just going after tune-ups. Only $79, which is a good ad. Hopefully, Train is paying you or helping you for this advertising a little bit. You definitely want that. If you're a Mitsubishi supplier, so it looks like you might be because you supply Train, Mitsubishi will help you pay for your advertising on Google, and you can reach out to us so we can help you set that up with them. But they have a program through your supplier. Ferguson has it. Whoever your suppliers are usually has the Mitsubishi stuff. You just ask your Mitsubishi rep how you can get co-opted. But you aren't remarketing, which is big to help you double conversions. I'd say that you'll probably double them instantaneously if you just remarket to the people who you've advertised to. So spend a little bit of that Google Ads budget on remarketing. Probably all you need is about 10% of your average budget on Google on remarketing, and you're golden. So, a couple things. I know I always say UTM tracking, keyword pruning. Most people aren't doing that, especially the keyword pruning. Looks like you might be doing UTM tracking because when I clicked on your website from Google, everything had a UTM code, so that's fine. The landing page is a little bit to be desired. It's pretty decent. It'll probably get you a pretty good conversion, but you can definitely boost that up, double it by just using, I don't know, reviews. One, I can tell you right now, reviews you need on the landing page, reviews of current customers of that specific service. So 3 or 4 are all you need. 2, social proof in the form of reviews and also in the form of people going to the page and people seeing that people have booked with you. So there's an app called FOMO. One of the better ones, I like FOMO. Whoever goes to your landing page, they can see the amount of visitors that have been there in the last 10 minutes or whatever it is. If you don't have enough traffic, then you do a day. Or, I mean, you can show them a bunch of different things, but people who have booked with you. So, so-and-so has booked with us 2 minutes ago to book their estimate. And that pops up every couple seconds so you can see that people are booking with you. On here, I would have a little bit of scarcity. I would say there are only a certain amount of bookings left in the next 2 days or whatever it is. That can be updated through your field management system, or you can have a rotating counter. Usually, you only have a couple estimates booked or left in the next couple of days, and people want those spots. And it's not unfair to say that. So when I was in sales, I would have on the landing page my calendar says I only have however many I used to do. I can do, if I was working hard that day, I can probably do 8 estimates a day. Um, Hour each, usually about 15, 20 minutes of driving between the two. So I would probably work 10, 11-hour days. So hour each of estimates, I would say I only have 2 estimates left on whatever day, because usually I was pretty booked. So 2 estimates left on the landing page. Book yours now, or whatever the time is, whatever it is. And then that's scarcity. Urgency would be, usually you have a countdown clock for urgency, and it would say something like this. Usually spots are taken. I'm trying to think of it. Usually spots are taken every however many minutes. Book yours within the next blank so you can assure you get your spot. Something you know, make it pretty, but make sure you get your spot. Book within the next 8 minutes, and you have a countdown clock on that landing page. I like that a lot. Urgency, scarcity, two different things. People usually group them together. They're not the same thing, and it helps you with your conversions on your landing page. So these are to help you on your landing page. And then remarketing for your Google ads from Google on Facebook. It'll help you double your conversions. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully they can make a little more money with it. And we'll talk to you soon.